All right, looking forward to Shakira and J-Lo, and the Vikings will have a shot to see him. They are still alive after going into New Orleans, forcing overtime here after the Saints kicked a field goal at the end of regulation. But Dalvin Cook and the Vikings get the ball first. And check out Marshawn Lattimore here.
Yeah, that hurts pretty bad.
And it hurts even more because the Vikings would take advantage of his absence. Check out Adam Thielen, bottom of your screen. Cousins going to find him. And is that a perfect connection or what?
Yeah, perfect throw in that situation. Puts it right over Thielen's shoulders, and that's a difficult catch, but he came up with that big time. A dime.
43-yard connection after a tackle for loss on Dalvin Cook. 3rd and goal.
It's a dive, too.
Kirk Cousins to Kyle Rudolph, and they walk off against the Saints.
Which gave them a little bit more room because they lost yards on that second down play.
On that pitch.
Gave them a little bit more space to do the fade to Kyle Rudolph, and Cousins with 2 throws on that drive.
I mean, it was huge.
Yeah.
Just huge.
You got to come through in the clutch like that, and he did. And that's what they paid him that money for, to come in, to be able to lift the team like this in moments like this. And listen, he answered the bell. So give them that credit.
And Patrick Robinson, number 21, comes in, looked like with Marshawn Lattimore out, and is there defending Adam Thielen. And credit to Kevin Stefanski and the Vikings for seeing it, taking advantage, and going after that and connecting on the Kirk Cousins throw to Adam Thielen. So, look, the Vikings offense played really well in this game for the most part. They put up to 20 points in regulation and then get the touchdown at the end to win it. But this was, TD, an uncharacteristic-like game for the Saints. Their first multi-turnover game of the season comes at the worst opportunity here in the postseason. 2 turnovers.
And that's what the postseason is about. You know, you could be a clean team throughout the season, but you make those mistakes in the postseason, they will come back to bite you. In this game, for them, the miscues, the field goal before the half, crucial.
Yeah.
They get the ball back, and then you have Drew Brees throws the pick. I mean, whatever order. So he threw the pick, led to the Vikings getting on track, and then they missed the field goal. And then you talk about the fumble Drew Brees had as they were going through.
In Vikings territory.
In a game like this, you can't have those miscues. You just can't do it. But I give credit to the Vikings defense. Hunter, balled out. Griffin, balled out. Barr, the back end with Rhodes. I mean, their defense played. Michael Thomas had, 7 receptions?
Yep.
But he didn't. But he was very quiet on the day, right?
Yeah, 7 for 70.
Right, exactly. Didn't make a huge splash. Yeah. And Drew Brees was harassed all night. He was never comfortable. Didn't make those throws. Had a lot of throws where he missed, and they were on him. So I didn't think the Vikings defense could hold this offense down like they did. I didn't. Yeah. And that's why I thought the Saints would win this game, because they would score a lot of points. But they came in there. And you talk about Anthony Harris. This guy came in this game with 6 interceptions, leads the team in picks, and he got that crucial pick before the half. So defense stepped up big time for the Vikings.
I thought early in the first half, because the Saints couldn't generate yards and points, I thought Drew started to press a little bit. That's the reason why he threw that interception. He threw that deep shot, because he wasn't getting the yards and the points that he wanted to in the first half. And as you mentioned, that's a credit to the Minnesota Vikings defense. Held the Saints to right around 35-36% on 3rd down. That's unheard of for the Saints.
4 of 11.
Yeah, 4 of 11. And the reason why, I believe, how many yards did Kamara have? Like 21 rushing yards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Only 7 rushes. That's not Saints
just 34
football.
Receiving, too, on 8 catches. You know, so it's these quick
Saints
throws,
football.
and they couldn't get any. He wouldn't make anybody miss at that point either. All right, so a big win for the Minnesota Vikings, and now that sends the winning head coach.
Okay, good team win today. I thought we played well in all 3 phases. It was started out a little rough. We fumbled early in the ball game, but we were able to hold them to 3. There was a lot of ebbs and flows throughout the course of the ball game. Just proud of my team and the way they fought, the way they competed today, and it's good to see.
Mike, you said early in the week that you didn't think anyone was saying you could win this game, so to go out and win it, how satisfying is that?
Yeah, it's good. It's always nice to keep playing. And, I have a ton of respect for the New Orleans Saints, for Drew Brees, for all the players they have, for Sean Payton. He does an unbelievable job here. We're just fortunate to win today. But it feels good, when to be doubted and to be able to come up with a win.
That last play to Thielen, what was the thinking on that play call, taking a shot at that point in the game?
Yeah, well, we talked about, we didn't want to leave anything in the bag. We had a chance to go down and score and win, and that's what we were trying to do. So, it's a play that we've used before. It's a great throw by Kirk and a great catch by Adam. So, you got to take your shots when you're trying to win a playoff game.
Where the Lattimore was not in the game at that point. I know 21 was the guy covering Thielen.
I don't remember. No, they might have said something upstairs, and I either didn't hear them or I was talking to somebody else or the defense or something.
Mike, what went into the decision to play Everson and Daniil inside on passing downs? Seemed to work well.
Yeah, it's just a scheme thing we thought we might try this week.
What do you think of the way they did perform with the strip sack, obviously, by Daniil, a couple sacks by Everson?
Yeah, I thought it was good. It's always nice when you do something and it works. Doesn't always work, but, you got to try.
First game you had.
Excuse me?
Offensively, I think this is the first game you guys had everybody healthy in quite a while. I mean, is that exactly how it's supposed to look like at the moment?
Yeah, it was good. I thought Dalvin ran the ball very hard today. The offensive line, I thought they did a nice job protecting. They got some really great players on the defensive line. The way he runs the football with the acceleration to get through the seams and the cracks, and then the physicality that he runs with, he made some great runs today. So did he.
What?
So I gave 2. He got 1 too.
Okay. He's taking so much criticism for the way he's played in big games. What do you think this game means to him?
Yeah, well, he's, they said he can't win a playoff game. He can't do this. He's only been in 2, so he's 50%. That's better than a lot of people. So, but I thought he played really well today. He took good care of the ball. He made good decisions. They had some heat on us, and so he had to make some great decisions. It's good. He's got to go out and prove it again next week, just like we all do.
Mike, what did it mean, Mark Wilf coming out with that statement Friday, showing the support that they have for you in this organization?
Hey, look, I don't really need to get talking about this. I love this team. I love the organization, and whatever they decide to do, they decide to do.
How valuable is it when Rudy can use his size like that to body up and get a touchdown?
Yeah, he's awful good in the red zone, and made a great catch. He's always been a great team player, and for him to be able to get the winning catch, I thought it was big.
You got a lot more targets Rudy got a lot more targets in the second half of the season than the first. Was there a conversation about getting him more involved, or is that just kind of organic?
Just coverages, people play, and things like that. Rudy has always has coverage conversations about getting the ball more, but no, not really.
Those fouls are key.
When asked about moving Everson Griffin and Daniil Hunter inside, Mike Zimmer replied, it's just something we thought try this week. It worked out pretty well. Hey, so you remember the fumble from Adam Thielen on the opening drive, right? I almost thought, oh boy, here go the Vikings, here come the Saints, it's over, right? Well, it's actually the exact opposite. Thanks to our good friends here at NFL Research. Last 3 teams to lose a fumble in the opening drive of a playoff game actually went on to win the Super Bowl.
Wow. So are you telling your team you're not encouraging that, are you?
Yes, I'm absolutely encouraging it. The Eagles are the last
showing
ones
this
to do
graphic
it.
right here. I'm showing my team this graphic.
Yeah, you better believe it. That's going to be on Mike Zimmer's bulletin board. Might be on Adam Thielen's bulletin board. Our Tom Pelissero down in New Orleans caught up with the Vikings receiver.
Adam, all season long, I and everybody else have asked you questions about being able to win the big game, win on the road, win in the playoffs. To get this one, what does it mean to this team?
Yeah, it's huge, obviously. The whole goal of the whole season is to get here, right? And then once you get here, you got to prepare and you got to play your best football to win. And it obviously feels good to win on the road, things like that. Oh, man.
So you get into overtime. You guys decided to take the play action shot deep. Take me through that call and that play.
Yeah, obviously it's crazy when you look back at it. You never really know what the play is going to be. You have your first 15 per se, and you kind of know when the plays are coming. But when you get late in the game, you don't really know what to expect because you've kind of used a lot of your plays that you had up early, things like that. So when it comes in the huddle, you're like, all right, here we go. And you really don't know where the ball is going because depending on the coverages, depending on how it plays out, depending on situations, it just you never know. So you got to run your route to win, and obviously Kirk threw a perfect ball that just dropped right in the bucket. So thankful for him and his trust in me to make a play.
As soon as I saw that play, I thought back to week 4, the shot to Chicago that Kirk misses in that game. That was kind of the low point of your season. Pretty similar call there.
Yeah, it's the same route, and it was one thing that we've been working on ever since that to make sure that we got the time. And we didn't get a whole lot of reps on it before that, and I could have done a better job breaking and out of my route and things like that. So it was something that we had worked on to get timing and to know that if we get a chance again, it could be a big play in the game.
Seems like a week ago at this point, but you have the fumble on the opening series. You also had a holding penalty that you did not seem to agree with. To come back and have as productive a game as you did after everything you've been through this season, how big was that?
Yeah, I going into this game, I told myself and had some great messages from, some coaches and some other players and things of it doesn't matter what happened this season. Statistically, it doesn't matter what happened injury-wise, whatever. This is a new chance to show what you can do, and I kind of took that mentality into the game and said, screw it, flush it, and move on to the next play. And you can't do anything about it now. So, in my younger years, I probably would have thrown my helmet and got frustrated because as a competitor, it hurts when you do make a bad play like that. But at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you focus on the next play because you never know when you're getting another chance.
Last year, 2 years ago, you had a very emotional win over the Saints. You came back and you were a little flat in the NFC Championship game against Philadelphia. Short week. How do you muster that same juice and not be emotionally drained to beat the 49ers?
Yeah, it's already been mentioned in our locker room. We got to start preparing on the flight home. This is obviously a great victory and it feels good. But once we get out of this locker, we get on those buses, it's time to prepare for San Francisco because it's a great football team. We knew that was who we were going to play if we won this game. So you kind of already know what kind of football team they are. You know that they've been playing really well, and they beat this team and scored a ton of points to do it and not too long ago. So, we just got to go start prepare.
Enjoy this one for a minute, Adam. Thanks.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, Tom Pelissero there with